everyone? I'm Tatum. This is another episode, well, the first episode of Convos with Tatum. My guest today, this is so dope. Like, it's so dope when you get to, I don't know, it's dope when you can conversate with people that, like essentially we grew up together. like for real. And to see, like, both of us just doing what we want to do. Uh, like I said, I listen to the music. Let me introduce you first. Uh, I'm about to call you your real name and shit.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Goofy though, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm gonna call you by your artist name. This is Young Bangga, artist out of the DMV, my hometown. Uh, fucking a great fucking rapper. I hate using the word rapper because it sounds so like bad in a way. But I'm gonna say artist, a great artist. Yeah, go ahead. Introduce yourself. Go ahead. Tell the world who you are.
Go by Young Banger. If I could tie into what you're saying about I'm an ambiance artist. Whatever I'm feeling, you know what I'm saying, may bring up a topic, gonna lead to a verse, and then from the verse, a hook or vice versa, hook verse. You know how it works. You know what I'm saying? I learned from this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? My man was like a real live artist before niggas thinking go in my area and shit. Come from PG County. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold it.
I always try to, when being out here and like telling people I'm from Maryland, they be like Baltimore with a Y at? And I'm like, nah, PG County. And I'm like, no, that's closer to the DC line and things of that nature. It's like a very, like, we're known for basketball now. Like, around the globe, with PG County is known for basketball. I wanted to ask you, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
My bad, KD. I was just giving a shout out.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask you as an artist, right? In these times, and he has, this year he's released but one EP and two singles, and I'm pretty sure you got some shit dropping soon. Can you give me like what was your inspiration behind, well, one, your drive this year to like put it in full throttle and just like keep your foot on their fucking necks, and what was the idea behind your project, your EP?
I'm gonna go a couple avenues with that. First avenue would be just drive itself. You know, you're not really working hard enough. If I can say. Lately, the music has just been. And I don't want to shit on nobody's dreams when I say this. You know what I'm saying? Because people take shit such to heart and shit. And I'm not
shit on their dreams. Like
talking about music, something that you know what I'm saying? That probably would be substance. When you think about the 90s, it was structure. It was, matter of fact, them niggas was just doing what the fuck they knew how to do. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't really have no, it wasn't even a structure yet. Like they were still learning as they, we still learn as we go, but they were extremely learning as they go.
Beyond their years for like a 15-year-old, like 15 years old and shit, they going halfway across the world at that time. But they going halfway across the world and shit, like all like down the street and shit, but whole time across the world and shit, getting ready to try to sign a deal or, you know, put their song out there and shit. It was different back then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank God for social media, but at the same time, it's like a rush process. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody just trying to get the views instead of stick to the script. Select a few of us that stick to the script. You yourself, I know what you created was substance. You know, you had a title, the titles of the song actually matched the title of what you was doing, and you felt good about what you were doing. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you something? I don't want to cut you. When you say like, you know, the difference of today and back then or whatever, and you're young, like we're both young, but you're young as well. So, but to know your history is fucking awesome. You said it's the good part of social media, and then there's the bad part, right?
Right.
Do you think when you're creating your shit, right? Like, because you have to have that in the back of your mind. Like, I gotta put out quality and quantity at the same time, right? There's those two. How do you balance those two? Like, because obviously you want to put out as much material as you can, but you also don't want it to be trash. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want it to still have your heart. How do you balance that?
We don't study enough when it comes to why we even have the platform of social media. Very selective few of us that like warp out in the box. And when they do warp out in the box, break.
Yeah.
They smaller box, but a bigger box because now they're being looked upon instead of quality of music. Drake is definitely one of my favorite artists. Wayne, you know,
Me too.
I can to the day with the Eminem thing, you know, since I learned it, I can do the same shit. Like it's substance behind it. Several different levels of devil worship and horses, heads, human sacrifice.
Human exorcism.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like kids will be got a lion and fucking roar. Like, nah, nigga, like the swag, the juice, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Naughty by Nature. Use Naughty by Nature as example. Hey, it was a style, it was a swag. We do have styles and swag still. What I like to do is I like a lot of old music, samples, substance story along with telling stories that actually either one happened or I would like to foresee happen. Music is a feeling, right?
Absolutely.
Music is a feeling. Whatever you feel, that's how it's even if it's a happy song. You're mad at that time. You trying to song. Unless you want to motherfucker put it off. Understood. But you're gonna feel that. If somebody's got them headphones on or the engineer or whoever feels the music the hardest or that fan hears your music, they're gonna know that. They know the difference between passion and that's what I'm trying to bring back, honestly. Because still missing halfway there. Certain artists that do it on a certain level. Like one of my favorite artists right now would be the Baby, right?
Love the Baby. I love Lil Baby too. I love all the babies.
Exactly. Please say the Baby. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So the Baby.
Yes, sir.
They got a team. It's the Baby, Stunner for Vegas, Rich Dunk. I like to go on all avenues of music and shit. I don't like just one avenue. I listen to female artists. I listen to female groups. I listen to 90s R&B groups. I listen to that one artist that was hot. I listen to not so hot artists because everybody has a message to display, and it's a reason.
Got a story, and you can get something from all that.
Correct.
Inspiration come. Can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
Like when I listen to your new stuff, right?
Huh?
Like you have, and you know, you just listed your inspirations and everything, so it makes sense. But I remember like some of your older stuff, even some of the older stuff you got on like streaming services and things of that nature. And I remember I hit you probably a couple months ago. I was like, "Why you delete all your freestyles off Instagram?" It was. How did you find that balance of because you could have literally been like just straight spitting rapper, right?
Right.
But you, with your new stuff, you kind of found a way to. It's back to that word balance. Like you finding these pockets and flows and melodies that you're doing. That's fucking amazing, bro. And I gotta give it to you for that, cause I consider myself a lyrical rapper and I'm a great songwriter as well. But you know, sometimes it's hard to find those melodies and find those pockets or whatever and try to get the message across without being too lyrical. But listening to your EP, I think you fucking accomplished that, bro. And I just wanted to ask you, how did you find that balance? Like, what was the switch? And you know, just give you your flowers on that as well.
Thank you, first of all. That's like I said, it definitely means a lot coming from somebody like you. Back in the neighborhood, like I said, my man had his shit together before anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't know shit though back then.
I knew to be humble. That's one thing you knew. If not anything, humble. They couldn't put a bad label on your name, and that's what separates some of us from the good talent. But I'm getting to what your question is. I would have to take that avenue all the way back to church. Ain't even different than God and not say church. Church and nursery rhymes, right? It's if you do your research, you would think that maybe, no shade against nobody, but you would think that a Caucasian country music artist is leading the sales in music, right? I did my research for the YouTube views.
Mm-hmm.
Baby is the #1 song in the world.
The Baby?
Baby Shark.
Yeah. Okay, Baby, like actual technical Baby. Oh yeah, my son watches shit like that, and they be having trillions of views just off. Yeah.
Like,
go ahead, continue though.
With me saying that, it really unlocked my mind, because I did that literally probably like a month ago.
Okay.
Baby Shark runs the streaming platform, like not even close to the next person who's behind. When I heard that, that made me be like, okay, so I could bring back my remembrance. I could smell things when I hear a certain song. My favorite song, probably your favorite song too, but you was probably trying to sneak it if you was trying to hide it from somebody. But with Rugrats, with the song come on right now, I can see an ice cream truck pulling down the street. You know what I'm saying? I can grab that.
That's the fucking, not to cut you off, but that's the greatest part about music is the association it can have in your brain. Like, you know, what the fuck was it? Okay, so like we were talking about the Lauryn Hill shit earlier, right?
Right.
I posted like a Anita Baker live video on my page like a couple weeks ago for a birthday, because I love Anita Baker and that's my mother's favorite singer and shit like that. But like I put in the caption like, "Thank you, Mom, for playing these on those Saturdays afternoons when we would drive in the car," type shit. Like I could listen to those records, and it's certain records that put me right back in the fucking backseat of my mom's car Saturday afternoons, wherever we going, and like it's serotonin in a way. Like if I'm feeling down, it like
the nurture process.
Yes. So that shit is like, yeah, I'm just agreeing with you.
That's the thing about the 90s, like Tribe Called Quest. Either it was happy rap or it was like them niggas was serious. It wasn't no in between. It was like Heavy D. Heavy D gets big respect from niggas.
Absolutely.
Niggas move with the word.
Overweight lovers in the house, man.
Overweight lovers in the
house. We came up in an era where like I discuss this with friends all the time. Like I was born in 1990. You were born in the 90s as well. 92. So
yeah,
like the great part about, well, one of the things I think was great about our era, we got TRL too. Like we had 106 in Park and TRL at the same time. Like when you mention the Babies and all them, like I think of like it's so many things compiled in that, like the Uzis and Juice WRLD, these artists, hip hop artists that, you know, God rest their soul, but like you could tell it was more than just Pac or Jay-Z or Eminem, or like it's some Paramore in there, it's some Linkin Park in there, it's some like we got so many
because of Jay-Z is, you know?
Yeah. We got so many things in our bag that we could choose from. Like we wasn't so blocked as far as music, as far as like our ancestors. I know like my older cousins, I ain't listening to that white shit, or I ain't listening to like, they wouldn't even mention the Rugrats or Pepper Rain and things of this nature. But we were like, we saw so much, like it was so much like information, and we had we the babies of the computer era as well. Like we started that whole shit. So I think that's just dope. Like I think that's fucking dope.
And tying into what you're saying as well, you left out a word, and I'm gonna help you say it. It's diverse. We were diverse. We had
there you go.
A way. Either you was watching Moesha or you was watching Degrassi. Either you was watching SmackDown or you was watching The Wire and shit. Or at that time and shit.
Look at my shirt. I got on a WrestleMania shirt right now. Like,
what? Oh, you couldn't. It wasn't fake. It wasn't fake. I'm gonna show that up. Children, the wrestling that we was watching, the shit.
Bro, I used to watch that shit when my mother used to make fun of me. My mom and stepdad used to make fun of me how serious I took that shit. That was like,
Who was your wrestler, if you don't mind me asking? That's
oh, Stone Cold. Stone
back in
Cold. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
the Boston. Oh, you,
Yeah. Is
uh,
no, yeah.
you was a tough
Stone
son of
Cold.
a, you gotta say
Say
it
that
like
one
that.
time?
You was a tough son of a bitch, wasn't you? You gotta say it like that and shit.
It was tough. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life, bro. Like that. Yeah. It's him hands down. Like, I still follow that guy. I got a closet full of Stone Cold t-shirts to this day. I still like, yeah.
That archiving,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
even now,
got old magazines and shit.
B2K posters and posters. I just do. Yes, Bow Wow was the shit at one time,
I
children.
tell
Yes,
niggas that too. I tell niggas that too. Like,
yes.
you know, if you ain't lived it, it's certain shit. Who was I talking about? Well, I was talking about Missy. And I was like, yo, if you ain't lived through that shit, do you know how crazy that shit was? Like, you don't understand, man. Like, you just don't know.
What? They had three of them motherfuckers. My favorite out of the group was Magoo. It's crazy that I say Magoo. He had that voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that
Like who?
voice. I dig it. I dig it.
They
I
was
can dig that.
like him. You know what I mean? Them niggas was real. Like I was watching the documentary the other day when they was talking about VA. Like the clips.
In my neighborhood, in my block, was it my block?
Nah, one of the artists out the clips.
Pusha T.
Right on. Say it again. Not Malice.
Pusha T.
Pusha T. I don't know why
He's one of my favorites.
But
he's one of my favorites to this day.
Yeah, it was saying that they lived within the same neighborhoods, but they all went to different schools. But they kept it like VA. We talk about
Timberland, Missy, Clips, Family.
yeah,
like
that. Like you got a Leah walking through your neighborhood and shit. Like
that's how. But you know, that's how. The flip side of that, that's how those old Motown groups were. Like
correct.
Supremes, Smokey Robinson, Aretha Franklin,
The Emotions.
All of them lived in the same area. Like it's mind blowing. You're like, oh, that's only God. That could be only God. Like, it's no way.
Well, that could only be Berry Gordy along with God. You know,
He saw the vision. He had the vision.
I'm about to buy a house that I don't even live in and put some instruments in there, and I'm gonna get this little 5-year-old kid with his brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Michael, like, no disrespect to Mike. This is another reason why I take the avenue that I do. Michael has to be one of the biggest inspirations to why I even do music, to the videos, to the visions.
Yeah. Nobody's fucking with Mike. You know, you want to know what the bad thing not bad thing, one of the thing that fucked me up when people talk about Mike? They act like he ain't black. Like, they act like he ain't the biggest artist in the world ain't black. Ain't nobody bigger than Mike.
At all.
And will never be. It's too late. Like, we don't even have, there's no way with social media, like we were talking about earlier when you were speaking on, it fucked things up for artists because that mystique can never happen again. That allure can never happen again.
It could. It could.
You think so?
Yeah, because the vision. Let me think. It just takes one song, but it's not held on to long enough. The song doesn't.
That's another thing too.
You know, like like we're still singing songs from 30 years old, 40 years old, verbatim. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Verbatim. Like Jay-Z verse come on and shit. You'll see your uncle in the room or your oldest brother in the room and shit. Like real live spitting. But like, I thought you were just a drunk dad.
That's the dope part when I go back. Oh, finish your story. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
The Gucci or Jeezy or, you know, the Wayne or the Boozy. Now it's just a contest of who got the biggest balls to stunt the hardest, even down to the female. It's like, I got to take my clothes off to be the hottest artist. Like Tink. Tink is one of my favorite artists. Under Timberland. She's not under Timberland no more, but Tink.
Yeah, I know Tink. Yeah.
dope.
She's dope. She was dope. Well, she is dope. I don't use past tense. She is dope.
But I happen contract, whatever, this, that, and the third, and stuff like that, because we got to shed light, or I got to shed light on that as well. Like, we still talking about slave contracts and this, that, and the third, but it's still slave contracts out here.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, you got to off for the cover. You know what I'm saying?
It's even crazier that, I mean, me personally, I can't never knock a person who goes that route, because I can look at it like I wouldn't do that, but I can't not. Man, people be struggling, bro. Like, you dangle that 500K to the nigga face, you expect he ain't gonna take that?
But Mary J struggled for 11 years. Songs that structured her life, but look at it. It's like, if you don't let that hate go from that and enjoy that people actually know that something, like, my guy, if I sing that song in the proper mindset, 11 years I sacrificed, yes, a female song, I'ma start crying.
Or she just went to joint. I just want to be happy. Like, she was begging. And the reason it worked is because, to go back to what we were talking about earlier, it worked. That worked because it's 1,000 singers singing sad shit. But it worked for her because we felt it. We believed it. We saw it.
Yeah, I think it takes more artists to actually stand up and release independent. When I say I'm releasing independently, like, I don't know how God touched the avenue to do that, and I hate to use religion, but it's a lot of manifestation going on how I think and stuff like that. But it gave me an avenue to release my music. For a long time, I tried to do it through somebody, or somebody had control of when I was going to the studio, or what I was putting out, or how long I could be in the studio and shit like that before I was making my own money to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, I'm so.
I mean, that's all of us. That's all of us.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, for the money to receive it, if it come, it come. You know what I mean? But I just love, I love making music. See, now it's like a fake gimmick almost. It's like the storyline is written. It's like, nah, they was making the storyline in the 90s as they went, because it was like, oh, nah, they love this shit over here and shit. Let's feed it to them like this. Now it's just like, nah, let's just feed it to them like this. They'll eat it up somehow. We're not trying to offend them. Like, you know, what they do is beneath us. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's like making music. Go ahead by any means and stuff. But if you was to work with me or you or something like that, it got to be done a certain type of way. But that's the thing that people don't want to respect. We all do it, but it's like certain things work, certain things don't work. And it takes, like I said, it takes a powerful mind to see that.
I have two more questions for you I wanted to ask. I always ask this question. It ain't really got nothing to do with music or anything. But if you can answer how you want to answer it, it's simple, though. The question is, why now?
Now this answer I give you is gonna be cocky, and it's a question. It doesn't even need to ask to let you know how smart I am. I'm intelligent to you. All right. Why not?
Two. Me personally, like, I'm gonna just ask you. Me personally, I go through, like, I'm a Cancer, cusp of Gemini, so I go through these mental battles, right? And sometimes I could be down, and then I could be up. I could be like, I'm putting all my steam into this, and I'm like, fuck that project. Then I could be, I'm the greatest in the world. I'm the worst person in the world. I could, like, how do you deal with mental blockage, for lack of better words? If you have any.
First off, marijuana. Thank God for the marijuana.
Marijuana.
In itself, right there, you know. But I mean, lately, like right now, I mean, I don't want to speak on it, but I have to speak on it because it's honest. It's an honest answer. I'm on medication, first of all. You know what I mean? You got to get into all that and shit. But
you don't have to. You don't have to.
You know what I mean? But I still go through days where it's like, now that I'm mature and I'm relying on myself to do it, get it done and stuff like that, because that's the only way it's gonna get done. Don't do it yourself in some type of form or fashion, it's not gonna get done. You know, you have to believe in yourself. You have to do it. You have to work at it. But the blockage, it's like they don't tell you have to meditate.
Oh, absolutely. They didn't teach us none of that.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Like,
go ahead.
That's for self-care. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's sitting by water, sitting on the sidewalk, by traffic, by a highway. Whatever your peace is, you got to find your peace. And lately for me, I've been meditating. I looked up and I do a lot of research on certain things. It's a 6'6" nigga on the Detroit Lions or the Houston Texans and shit. He play on the line. But that nigga do like yoga and take ballet and shit like that. And niggas laugh at him and shit because he's 6'5" and 340 pounds, but he doing ballet. But that's for his mental. You know what I'm saying? And when you can accept those little characteristics like that, when we think that we're so out of touch with reality, just think if you pull out a yoga mat and go to the court where we used to play basketball and smoke at.
Oh, bro.
On a good day,
I got a story, but finish your shit.
Right. On a good day, you lay that yoga mat out. If there's nobody out there,
you fine.
But if we're sitting there already doing what we do, and we laughing, we joking, and certain motherfuckers around that know how to stir the pot, and you lay that yoga mat out, you ain't surviving, Slim. And you ain't coming
to suicide. And that's no joke.
You got to find out who you are. And when you find out who you are, that's what makes it easier to find out how to meditate or try to tell yourself that this is a good thing. You got to find happiness through everything that you're dealing with, even on your bad day.
And we gotta preach that to the youth and our people, our friends around us too. Like, right. It's great that we having this conversation. That's why I have it as a question, right? It's great that we have these conversations because we don't know when everybody go through, bro. Like, everybody going through their shit. The fact that you saying meditation is something that's helping you is so fucking amazing, bro. And I applaud you for that. And I tip my hat to you. One story though, look, we're talking about our neighborhood.
Right. I
remember I got a tattoo, love. I just got love ... on my arm, right? I was like 18, 19. And Tony, we was walking to the court, this funny part. And Tony was like, man, yo, you better hide that tattoo. Like, you know how crazy that is? You know how crazy that is? And he mean, we were best friends, so it didn't want no harm or nothing. It was like protection, but nigga, I was like, what? No, like, just the thought process of somebody saying, cover up that tattoo of love.
Right. Right.
You know how crazy that is?
But since you're saying it like that, because I can remember a time where I couldn't, you know where I come from. I come from a two-parent household, and do because of the structure. At the time, I thought it was bad. Like, it's not bad to come from a two-parent household. It's not bad to come.
Hell no.
The structure made it that much better because now I'm in understanding and stuff like that. Like the tattoo, exactly, tattoo. Yeah. To tie into that right there. Right now, one of my biggest supports of a friendship would be my man's J. Remy VSOP, you know what I'm saying? Every song, whatever, tips, pointers, you name it, be right there. That gives me a cushion, you know what I'm saying? That gives me a little bit of relaxation to say, okay, I can suppress my energy somehow, because it's hard to talk to everybody about maybe one thing that they're not interested in. I ask you, like, what's wrong? And then when you tell them, it's like, and they give
every boxer beat. Tyson needed a custom auto.
It's a fucking shame that he lost Costamado when he did.
At least he had him, and he still can. He has those Jews that was passed. Can I get your top 5 before we go? Please, please, pretty please.
All right. In order.
Your personal.
In order, or just
no, just give me your top 5. I won't put that much pressure on you.
Ooh. All right, Wayne. As I got older, Jigga.
Come on, man. 3 more.
Titty Boy, 2 Chainz, Drake.
Wayne gave us Drake and Nicki. Not to throw you off, but Wayne gave us Drake and Nicki. That shows you how great he is as well. Go ahead. One more.
Tony Braxton. I'm dead serious. Tony Braxton.
Hey, I ain't never heard that before. I'ma take it though. Before we get out of here, just let everybody know where they can find you, social media, what you got coming up. Go stream everything. Just get it out right now. Promo time.
I got another project coming out. That's the greatest player in the game. That's dropping March 5th. I'm trying to have an album for every first weekend of the month. You know what I mean? Other than that, you can find me on Instagram at Bangga Bang Got It. Lock in with me. You know what I'm saying?
I'll put it in here under you as well, so they can just go to it.
Good. I got some hot shit brewing. Hopefully, you could understand what I'm putting out there is proper talent, and I'm taking my time with it. But when you get your hands on it or you get your ears on it and shit, I hope it's something that you can actually either pick a song or be like, nah, that nigga tight or something like that. Like even down to the hating and shit. You can hate me too and shit. I have a little bit of fuel to the fire of what I'm doing and shit. So yeah, check me out, man. All right.
What's the one that people are gravitating towards the most right now?
Right now, it's like I would say it's a tie between. Damn, I don't really know. I did that purposely to put 4 tracks on there. Get that little spike.
What's your favorite then? What you want the people to hit? If you was like, you got one song to hear from him, which one? Sorry.
It would be Ambiance, number 1 album. Because it took so long to actually write it, but when I got the melody and the format of how I wanted to sing it made
dope record as well. Dope record as well.
Right.
I think that's it, man. Like I really fucking appreciate you reaching out and doing this. Like you helping me get my fucking. I hope I wasn't a bad interviewer.
First go round. I hope I wasn't a bad interviewee. If that's.
I think this was a dope conversation. I think we touched on like even our inspirations, even the mental aspect of the conversation was my favorite part. And I just appreciate you doing this, bro. You ain't gotta do this. Like you ain't gotta do this.
And in return, you don't have to do the same either. We trying to, bring something new to the game and shit. I think it's a lot of hate in the game, and I think niggas really need to get off the hate and really appreciate and give niggas their flowers while they here. Like if you know that nigga in the neighborhood could bang 40 points on the NBA court, why not like at least push him halfway there? You know what I mean? The rest is up to him, but
that's why I got love tattooed on me, bro. This is off the books. This is off the interview. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. Tatum, Young Bangga, I appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe button. Go follow both of us on streaming services. And that's pretty much it. Peace.
Sir.